First and Now is the official BC Lions podcast. Welcome, everybody, to Lions Den. It's, here we go, see?
Yeah.
It might only be just after 1 o'clock, but people are starting to file in. Grey Cup Saturday is here. Hard to believe, Nick, it's been 1 week since we were in Winnipeg getting ready for the Western Final. We rehashed that yesterday. Don't need to again today, but Matt Baker alongside Nick Kowalski. For those that were not here yesterday, this is the official BC Lions podcast. Subscribe on your favorite platform. And we're here talking Grey Cup again. We have Sean Whyte in the house. He's going to join us momentarily. Welcome, Sean Whyte. Lions Co-GM Neil McEvoy back there somewhere in the crowd. He's going to stop by, get Neil's thoughts. So we encourage anyone who's been downloading, listening, if you're in Hamilton, we're up on the 3rd floor of the Convention Center, the Lions Den. Nick, it was awesome in here yesterday. We had Matthew Betts on last night, and talk about the last 24 hours or so. A really good party. Everyone's in the Grey Cup spirit, and it's a special environment.
Exactly what you expect, though, when you come down to Grey Cup week.
Always.
Lions Den festivities is packed in here from pretty much like 6 p.m. on. So get here early if you're coming here tonight, because there was a line eventually, and it was tight in here, but it was a lot of fun. You had the band going, a lot of CFL alumni, CFL players in here, like Betts, Sean Whyte, all the Lions guys here. So it was a lot of fun, and this whole building, this whole convention center, there's so much going on.
Even saw Tom Europe last night.
Did you?
Yeah. Didn't you see Tommy Europe? He was shaking hands over there in the VIP section, and always a great guy. You worked closely with Tommy this year, voicing our stadium intro video. Yeah.
One of the highlights for me last night is Justin Duncan, JC Abbott were here at the cornhole table.
Yeah.
So Liam Thompson and I walked up to them. I got paired up with Dunk, and we put a beat down on Liam and JC. So Dunk and I are currently the cornhole champions. I don't know if he'll be here tonight, but if Justin does pop by, I think we have a crown to defend. So anybody who wants it, they can come get it.
And that's another cool part. The 3 down guys, some of our friends from Winnipeg. We just saw Hustler Patterson, guest on last week's show, teeing up the Western Final. Jeff Hamilton, Ted Wyman, Taylor Allen. I'm like, why aren't you guys at the Bombers party? They said, because this is the party right here. This is the best one right here. So that's kind of a cool thing we had. Farhan was here in his flip-flops last night. You don't believe me? Head to my Twitter page at BakesTakes84. Dave Naylor, it was kind of a who's who as far as CFL circles go, but very fun time.
Yeah, and then this morning I got right back into it. We went to the Athletes in Sports
Athletes in Action?
Athletes in Action, yes, pardon me. Breakfast this morning, saw Luke Tasker speak. Other former NFL players were there speaking too, so that was really cool to document. And then we went to the Santa Claus parade. I was stunned about the amount of people there. It was, I think the whole city of Hamilton was outside on the streets of Hamilton this morning for the parade. But so many kids. The kids were huge into Leo and Rory. They've been smash hits, especially Rory, these past 2 years, right? But a lot of fun out there today, walking the streets of Hamilton.
A beautiful day for it, right? Like
I had my jacket on and I was sweating so bad. Riley, our Grey Cup executive director for the Grey Cup, he was wearing a T-shirt, and that was the right call.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh no, I was out handing out Grey Cup souvenirs for next year yesterday, and I went no jacket, and it was raining a little windy, but you're walking around, we're lugging these bags around, so. And I should mention, too, we officially launched it. So 1 year countdown Friday night to the 2024 Grey Cup. I know we'll see a lot of these same folks in Vancouver next year. We can't wait for that. It was kind of cool to have the commissioner, Randy Ambrosi, come up and speak. So, yeah, it's last year we were like in Regina. It was 20 below zero. We had to get bundled up just to go outside and wait for our Ubers to and from hotel and Lions Den. But, really lucked out with the weather.
I mean, if we're going to talk some weather, I can't complain right now. You're literally wearing T-shirts right now, and you could maybe get away with it during the game tomorrow. It does get a little chillier during the evening, so I think you got to wear a jacket. But, I mean, you don't really have to layer up. Like, you don't have to wear gloves is questionable, toque maybe, but it depends on what you prefer, right?
Yeah, to each their own. All right, we're going to bring over Sean Whyte right now, BC Lions place kicker. He's still young. He's still kicking like he's a young player.
One person claps.
There you go. Liam clap.
Liam, yeah.
Clap. Yeah.
Liam, you can always count on Liam.
I know him.
There we go. We got a good crowd in here. Well, Sean, take us through your last 48 hours. I know Nick and Liam were documenting your experience down at the awards show in Niagara Falls, and I know was not the result we were hoping for, but just what was that whole experience like attending that one? And
No, it's cool to be honored, and it's definitely it was a cool experience. I got to go. Well, I live in Vancouver, but I was nominated for Outstanding Canadian in 2011, so kind of knew what I was getting myself into. But you know, it was a special year for me this year, just being at home playing, and you know, individual awards don't do it for me. I won a Grey Cup. But this one I really, really wanted. And so I was really disappointed, but to be here and experience this whole party, it's a lot of fun, man, because all the fans here, they're from everywhere, but they still respect every player from every team. It's a lot of fun hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, it looked looked like it was a very cool vibe overall. Wish I could have attended. I was flying in that day. And I was really surprised. And you got your Green Day sweater. Look at that.
Yeah, I just got that. This poster was on my wall my whole childhood.
Yeah, is that the Dookie album?
Yes,
the one?
Dookie, but they put the Grey Cup on it. So
yeah,
they modified it a little bit, but this brings back childhood memories right here, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm very much looking forward to the Green Day halftime performance, as you are. So, but I was just before we put this award stuff to bed, I was really surprised. You were an All-Star this year. But when I was kind of doing the research, I'm trying to figure out how many All-Stars of our guys won. I was very surprised. You were only a Division All-Star once before this year, back in 2013 in Montreal, was it?
Yeah, and I think that was my worst season I've had. Too.
Yeah, but that shocked me that you hadn't. So what I'm saying is, I mean, better late than never. You're a league All-Star as well for the first time, and that award will come next year. I can feel it.
Yeah, and playing at home again. Thank you, Neil, for bringing me back. You know, I've known Neil McEvoy my whole career.
Good job, Neil, wherever you are.
I think he just left.
He went to get his makeup on.
I was hoping to get some brownie points. But no, playing back at home, I'm glad I'm playing my best ball of my career now. I'm back home. I got my parents out, my fiance who's filming us right now. And just to be around my family and my friends who come out every game now, and it's so much fun. And to actually go home after a game is nice. It's a lot of fun, and to get an All-Star and get these awards as a BC Lion is huge. It's an honor.
What'd you make of Niagara Falls?
That was unreal. As soon as we drove in, I was like, "Are we in Vegas right now?" And then I saw Margaritaville. I'm like, "Oh, I got flashbacks of Cancun." And it was awesome. What a great spot. I want to go back just on a vacay or something. That casino, I felt like I was in the Mirage or something like back in Vegas. It was unreal. And then met Andy Fantoons for the first time. I've always played against the guy, and he's a class act. I love that guy. And hung out with Andrew Harris, one of my best friends throughout my career, and haven't seen him in a while. So it was really cool to see my old friends again and spend some time with them.
What about last night? What did you get up to? I didn't even see you yesterday.
Well, the night before, Rosanna and I had a long night, and so I went out
to take a knee last night.
Yeah,
okay, it happens.
I took a knee.
You went to that tweet up though, right? I did see a picture of you there.
What was it? The Crown and Growl and whatever that place.
There's something like that, but I saw all the BC.
Gown and Gavel.
With all the BC Lions, right?
There's Lions. There's everyone there. And it was cool to see Moxie there, the Calgary guy, because he ran into me in that last game against them, and Prue, the referee, he's like, "No, your guy threw him into you." And then I saw Moxie last night, and he goes, "How'd you like that, eh?" And I'm like, "You hit me on purpose, didn't you?" He goes, "Oh, hell yeah, I did." I'm like, I knew it.
Did you went down, though, like for real? It wasn't like a 2022 Toronto situation?
No, I didn't flop.
Catch my drift?
I didn't flop. Prue said I was known for flopping back in the day, so from then on, I've never flopped. Actually, that's not true. I flopped in Toronto.
Yeah, we talked about that. I mean, it was. I probably give it like a C+.
Someone might have video evidence. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
to
people
deny
give
it.
me crap for that, but I'm just
tough.
like, I'm trying to win a football game. Like, if my teammates didn't like me, they wouldn't have fought for me, which got us a penalty, or else we would have had the ball or pinned them back, got the ball back, and maybe scored a touchdown. So it is what it is.
That's one thing I did notice, actually. I think it was like Sione and Rhymes. Like, they came flying out.
Yeah, they're my boys. So.
But I'll pivot that into the team this year.
Yeah.
Like, the locker room, we talked about it last year and the strides it took, but this year it was even closer, right?
It's been awesome. But, again, that's Rick Campbell, that's Neil McEvoy bringing in class act guys. And if you don't fit in with this team, it doesn't matter who you are, you're probably not going to stick around. And they've created a family atmosphere, and when you're playing with your brothers and your family, you're going to play well, and you're going to stick up for each other, and that's always the best teams. Rick and Neil have been around for a long, long time. Sorry, Ryan Rigmaiden as well. They've been around a long time, and they know what it takes to create a team, and they've done that, and it's been a lot of fun.
Expanding on that, Sean, what I see, we go on the road. What I kind of point out is it seems like every road trip, it's a different group of guys hanging out together, right? Like you see wide receivers going out with D linemen. You see a guy like Lucky Whitehead from Virginia going out with an offensive lineman from Canada. I mean, that's a special thing to have.
Yeah,
right?
I've been on teams that are very cliquey, and if you're not part of their group, they don't want you around. And this team is phenomenal. Like, we always have events. Like, Mackie gets the golf tournament going. Everyone shows up for that, and we create a little draft out of it too. So it doesn't matter who you are, what position you are, you're going to be on a team, and we all get along. No one really cares. And I did the bowling thing there at the end, and I couldn't believe how many people came from downtown or whatever, come out to White Rock and play at the Sandcastle bowling alley, and then a bunch of guys come to my house after, and it's awesome for me and my fiance. We get to know everybody, all the girlfriends and the wives know each other, so it's a family atmosphere, and that's what we've created.
Now, it's been a week since our season came to an end, of course, a few days earlier than we anticipated. I hate to bring it up, but like, what goes through your mind as far as being here, motivation, got to take that next step? Doesn't get any easier, does it?
No, I basically turned my phone off because I see the Instagram posts of the Winnipeg guys and having fun and all that, and I just man, I wish I was there with my friends and getting to experience this. So no, it is what it is. It was almost like it's deja vu all over again. As I saw that. Never mind. We'll get into the documentaries later, but it's a baseball player. You guys know that one? No?
Which one?
I can't remember his name. Dang it.
I flew over my head.
No, I did? All right. It's an old Yankee baseball player. It's a documentary. He does all the crazy, it doesn't matter.
Yogi Berra?
Yeah, Yogi Berra.
Has all the sayings.
Yes. Yeah.
Deja vu all over again.
It's deja vu all over again.
Yeah.
So it was just crazy. Like, after the Winnipeg loss last year, it was like, man, we want to come back and get this. And then it kind of happened again this year. But again, it's more fuel to the fire, man. And next year we're gonna be more motivated. We're gonna get even better, and that's what a team needs. You have that first year was last year's. This year, we got a little bit better. I think the team's gonna be even better next year.
Yep, building blocks very much in place. Still some young pieces, and I'm already excited. Like, once took me a couple days. Okay, have to come to Hamilton, and we're not playing. But you know what? Being here just makes you want it even more. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And again, even if you're not in it, you got to come experience the week of build up towards this game, because it is fun, man. Like I said earlier, you go anywhere. It doesn't matter where you're from, what team you root for or play for. It's all respect and love, and it's a big party, and it's a lot of fun.
What's your plans for tomorrow? Doing anything or no?
Oh, I know what you're leaning into here. I'm definitely going to go to the game just to go see Green Day.
You're trying to get backstage.
Yeah, we got to talk about Green Day.
Yeah, I've been bugging everybody. I bugged Moj, I bugged Bakes here. I bugged everybody I know. I'm like, if you get a chance to meet them, please bring me. And so I just got some news. I might be on the stage tomorrow for the show.
No way.
And I'm freaking out. The guy came in and gave me a sweater, this Dookie sweater here.
Yeah, there it is again.
I just couldn't. I gave me chills. I love it. And then they said I can go on stage. I'm already kind of freaking out. Kind of want to go to bed now, so it comes sooner.
I don't think. Do you have any insider information? Like, what's the first song going to be, or what's your prediction for the first song?
I don't know, man.
Because
they came out with a new CD.
I'm going Holiday.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one.
That'd be a good one to lead with.
Or Basket Case.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with either of those. Yeah.
Or When I Come Around or something like that. I don't know. But they got so many hits.
Probably not Longview.
I hope they play it. I think they'll play a few lines of it and then maybe get into another song.
Like a medley kind of.
Yeah, they got to. And everyone's asking me, will they play Good Riddance? I'm like, it's kind of slower, but again, I think they might throw it in. You know how they do it quickly and then
be a good one to end with, maybe. Right?
No, you got to end on. You got to bring the juice at the end. So
my low-hanging fruit is I hope they switch it to Canadian Idiot.
Oh,
they
yeah.
gotta do that, right?
Yeah, there's so many hits, man. How do you choose? But they do have new music coming out, right? So they're probably gonna have to play some new stuff as well. So I'm excited to see what they bring, man. They always bring energy, from what I've heard. I've never been able to go to a concert. When I was a kid, I think I was in Santa Monica College. I just left to go to college, and my sister was at the concert, and she filmed everything and just kept on taking pictures and filming and sending it to me, so I at least got to watch it that way.
Yeah, Nick, I've told Nick this story a couple times now. I was lucky to see them in their hometown of Oakland.
That's awesome.
And it was one of those like all-day festival things. There was all these bands, and Green Day was the headliner at night. So they only played about a 40-minute set.
Yeah.
But it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was just seeing how worshipped they are by their local fans. It was at the old Golden State Warriors arena, the Oracle Arena, I think it was called, and it was just a very cool scene.
I heard they were amazing live too. Like Billy's got a voice on him, man.
Oh yeah.
Like his songs with Green Day don't even give it justice. But I don't like to admit it, but I watched The Masked Singer, and like he was unreal. And you don't know who this guy is. I'm like, who is this guy? He's got such range, and he can sing any song. And he takes the lid off there, and it's him. I couldn't believe it. And he can sing, man. And yeah. So live, he's unreal.
The Masked Singer is one of your guilty pleasures?
Just stop, okay? I watched it one time.
Let's get into this.
I watched one season of it. And then I'm trying to get Rosanna into it.
One season, that's it? Okay.
No, I tried to get Rosanna into it. She doesn't like The Masked Singer, I don't think. Oh, are you? Oh, okay.
She says she's into it for
she's
those
not
who...
into it.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go. You got the off season to catch up on all the TV you haven't been watching. You've been watching film all the time. And yeah.
Me? No, I can't.
Sure.
My 5 kicks a day, it doesn't take long.
We're tied to with I think that was your first Shaggy concert on Wednesday after the awards.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I was there too, but I didn't see you. I think you stuck around for the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I ran into Andrew Harris, a good buddy of mine, and we started with BC Lions together as kids. He was a junior player at the same time I was, so we played against each other. So I love the guy, and so we ran into each other after the awards show, and we went to Shaggy together. He had some way better seats than I did. So the fiance and his girl, they hit it off. So we hung out there, and I couldn't. You thought he has way more than one song that we talked about.
I mean, if you're gonna throw,
they all started coming back though, right?
Yeah.
He brought it. He was awesome.
Well, there was we were on the bus ride there, and we were talking about how much Shaggy we know in our repertoire, and I think Carolyn Cody dropped that. Angels, I think, is another song that it's like "You're My Dog." Yeah. So that.
Can you sing it one more time?
No, that's all I got. I got half a second of Shaggy in me.
That Shaggy Angel song reminds me of like a high school dance I went to back in the day.
And you're dancing like this?
Getting close. Yeah. Well, yeah, you get a little close. You never.
Smooth bass.
From what I remember, I don't know.
I was Shazamming some stuff too. I was actually filming it for a bit, but I was taking a little break to Shazam some songs.
Did you sneak into that too?
No, I was working.
You should have seen his moves to get into the award show. He snuck in behind me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
That didn't happen.
It was unbelievable.
I want to look up the song that I Shazammed. Where is this?
Makes for great live show.
Great live show. The last song I Shazammed is "Flowers" by Miley Cyrus.
That was like at 1 a.m. here at Lions Den, was it not? Yeah.
This is so awesome.
Yeah, I Shazammed that. Richmond, north of Richmond is another one I recently Shazammed. So shout out Lucky Whitehead. That's a good Plains song.
God.
Yeah, his Virginia country music that he likes. But so there's a Nick's Shazam segment.
That's so
world
funny.
famous.
They should go. People should follow you around with a camera, man. The way you were sneaking around the other night was pretty unbelievable.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We got to turn the tide on him one time.
Yeah, you do. That was unbelievable. Good for you.
This is fun. We could go on. We can go on all day, and of course, next year we're not going to be doing this at Lions Den because we want to plan to be playing in the game. We'll be tied up with the team. But Sean, great ambassador to the organization as always. A great story. Your return, your career coming full circle, and you've got at least one more year left in you. We think so.
Only one.
3, 4. You can do the Tom Brady.
Well, I talked to Wally Bono a few weeks ago because I wanted to do the firefighting thing, but COVID scared me. That's what happened, right? So when COVID hit and our league shut down, I'm like, well, I got no backup plan. So I went to do the firefighting thing. My dad was a firefighter. So I just didn't know what I should do. So I come back to BC. Now I'm on this phenomenal team, and I'm home and having fun again. And I got the love of the game is just as high as it's ever been for me, and I feel like I'm only getting better. So I talked to Wally, who's basically my football father, and he just said, "Do you want my opinion on what you should do?" Because he's my reference on my resume and everything. He says he's helped me get to the White Rock Fire Department, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, man. I'm playing better football. I don't want to retire. And he just said, if we want my opinion, I'm like, of course I do. He said, you play football for as long as you can, because once you don't have it again, you're going to miss it. So I'm going to take his advice because I think he knows a thing or two. So I'm going to take his advice and play as long as I possibly can, or until Neil and Rick and Ryan don't want me anymore. So.
Well, that's not that. Don't have to worry about that part of it. We're going to get Neil here in a minute, so maybe we can get his thoughts. But yeah, you've got a few years left in you.
Appreciate it, Bates.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
Sean Whyte, everybody. 2023 CFL All-Star, Green Day Insider. He's going to be like Wayne and Garth in Wayne's World tomorrow. He's going to be backstage like showing his past to everybody.
Swing.
Yeah, exactly. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Thanks for stopping by, my friend.
Passes for Alice Cooper.
Appreciate it, John.
Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good. Yeah. We can do movie lines all day. What'd you found
the Shaggy song? It was "I Need Your Love."
I Need
that
Your
hit
Love.
me. I was
Okay.
listening. No, I can't even remember it really, to be honest. But once I hear it, I'll know it. It's one of those.
All right. Yeah. Get us a Caesar while you're out there, Sean. Thank you.
Not me.
Or some kind of Molson Coors product. Neil McEvoy is walking over right now, BC Lions co-general manager. Yeah. Director of football operations, team security advisor. He wears a lot of hats.
Let's talk some real music, not, what was that band called? And who's that guy who was just here?
Sean Whyte,
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
He says he's playing 5 more years, just so you know. So
I know,
just,
yeah.
you know what? You're not a Green Day fan? What's wrong?
I'm more of a...
You're an older generation.
For this Grey Cup, I will be a Green Day fan. How's that? I'm more of a rock and roll, heavy metal Iron Maiden fan, but that's okay.
Well, yeah, what's this? You and Benavides went to Iron Maiden a few weeks ago? What was that? Yeah.
One of the greatest, best concerts I've been to in a long time. Brought back a lot of childhood memories, and yeah, Iron Maiden rocks. It was pretty good.
That'd be a good show, yeah.
Yep.
Would that be one of your dream CFL halftime shows then? Or who's up there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm a huge fan of 80s heavy metal, so yeah, that would be a good one. Ah, there you go.
Oh, there we go. See?
Well, again, if kicking doesn't work out for you, you can certainly.
Yeah, Carolyn, I'm not drinking. This is just pop, okay? It's all right, yeah.
Prohibition, I think. I see.
But where's
on
yours?
a serious note,
Yeah.
what a great ambassador, and just having a guy like Sean on your football team where you don't have to worry about kicking, PATs, and let's be honest, I mean, automatic. Almost like the old days with Big Lou and Paul McCallum and Sean Whyte. You got to put him in the category. So, you know, one day when we come back here, his name will be on the wall, and it's
Absolutely
exciting to have him. And the fact that he wants to play for as long as he can, we'd be foolish not to keep him for as long as we can too.
Yeah, even last week, Winnipeg, chilly temperatures, got windier as kickoff comes, a 48-yarder on the first drive. Nails it, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, I've been a part of football teams with the BC Lions where you know when you line up to kick a point after a PAT or a 30-yard field goal, you're nervous, and now honestly there is no nerves at all because he's Mr. Automatic.
What about on the other guy on Wednesday on the award nights, Matthew Betts getting the nod for most outstanding defensive player this year? Just talk about his season and the record-breaking season.
Yeah, just a relentless pass rusher, which when you sign a guy like that, that's what you want, someone who's going to be relentless to the quarterback, and he certainly is that. I was when we first got him, his year in with Edmonton he didn't have any sacks. He had 0. I think that's one of the reasons why they gave up on him. But we saw just the relentless pressure and thinking, God, there's got to be sacks coming for a guy who works that hard. And we were just lucky enough to get that this year, where he was able to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback and get those sacks, well earned.
He was one of the guys too that took in the second year of the Lions took another major step. The whole year I thought that was one of the maybe under talked about themes about this team is that you got guys like Adrian Green stepping in year 2 and starting, and Josh Archibald making strides on teams. But it must make you feel good to see the guys you draft develop.
Yeah,
like
at the end of the day, you have to reload the football team with younger guys, so you can afford guys like Matthew Betts and Sean Whyte. And to Sean, in Sean's position, we brought on a young long snapper this year, who that was
Riley
his first,
Pickett.
Yeah, Riley Pickett, his first year long snapping, and another testament to Sean when that position is vital to the whole field goal, getting the ball back there, and then Sean didn't miss a beat, and obviously had the good year he had as well.
Take us through what have you been up to this week? Probably some league meetings, and we were just talking. It was a great Friday night in here. Some great fans, some great sponsors. Obviously, we'd rather be playing, but how much do you like to soak it in this week?
Yeah, I mean, as a Canadian, God, the Grey Cup is just the greatest week, and I don't want to sound like a fanboy, but really it is awesome.
Yeah, like it's
coming and seeing all the fans and all the colors and just everyone throughout the nation coming to this week Hamilton, next year Vancouver, and having a great time and celebrating this league, which is what it's all about, getting a group of people together to celebrate Canadian football. And it's great. And if you ever feel that you're down and you feel that, God, maybe football isn't where it should be, come to a Grey Cup, okay? Come to a Grey Cup and you will rejuvenize those thoughts, because Grey Cups are amazing, and just seeing all the people, it's a great week.
What was your first Grey Cup?
Oh,
as a fan.
Yeah, I guess when I was a kid. I remember
85?
No. The first one I went to by myself was Winnipeg, Edmonton.
1990.
Yeah, at BC Place. Yeah,
it was Winnipeg's last win for quite a few years, right?
So 55-11 was, I believe, the final score, and it was close in the first half, and then Winnipeg blew the doors off. I had got tickets, and there was a card show. Remember those little sport card show across the across the bridge, and I went to that, and then walked across with my buddy, and we went to the game. And I think about that card show every time I come to BC Place. So there you go.
That's
a lot
awesome.
of memories.
Where do we go from here? I know after this weekend, it's pretty much into 20. Well, you've already started planning 2024, but some work to be done. Some key players to think about re-signing. That process pretty much heats up here right away. Yeah,
as the manager of the football team, you have to really start working not only on 24, 25, and 26. You have to start building and foreseeing the future, or overnight you're just gonna end up with a stale team. So. Our work continues, has always continued. After Grey Cup, we're going to start the process of getting ready for 24. Hopefully we can spend some time with the family over the Christmas holidays, and then starting January, we'll get back into it and start going.
Neil, in your post-game media conference, one comment that really stood out to me was sometimes you'll see executives on football teams say we're trying to build a championship football team, but you specifically said we're trying to build a team that's going to beat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. What goes into saying that directly?
Well, at the end of the day, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are the team you want to be. They're the upper echelon team of this league, and we feel that we're there. We just have to, continue to build and get better. Now, I said that, but at the end of the day, you do have to beat the other teams as well. But at the end of the day, beating Winnipeg is where you need to get to. And I feel that our football team is good. I feel that we're going to have pretty much the same group back next year. And we did beat Winnipeg this year. But if you're going to bring guys on just for the sake of bringing guys on, that's not the mentality we have to be. We have to make changes to beat the top dogs, which today is Winnipeg.
And it's interesting. I remember your Toronto Maple Leafs had a run of dominance against the Ottawa Senators in the playoffs. 3-4 years in a row they beat them. And I think John Muckler was the Senators GM at the time, and he said something like, we can't just think about it. We can't just build a team to beat Toronto. We have to build a Stanley Cup caliber team, and if we have to run into Toronto, so be it. So yeah, that is an interesting balance when you think of it, right?
Yeah, again, like Winnipeg today is the best team in the West.
Correct. Yep.
And I would say arguably the best team in the Canadian Football League. I know Toronto had a tremendous year, but Winnipeg has consistently put up wins, and they really are tough. And if you err when you're playing them, if you make a mistake, they will pounce on it, which is the type of team we want to be. And I think we are that team too, against a lot of teams. But Winnipeg is just that, the Achilles heel, I guess is what you say, that we have to get by, which we will. We'll it takes time. And I know in this business it's all about wins, But at the end of the day, we will continue to win, and we just have to, look at the upper echelon group and continue to be there.
Just watching these TVs around Lions Den, they were showing the BC Ottawa game from Week 15, and it just made me think: Are there any like this? It was a great year still, even though the results not what we wanted. But are there any standout memories that come to mind about the season?
Yeah, I think we had a good year. I mean, that obviously that game against Ottawa, a great 3 minutes. You know what? Not a good 4 quarters. We had a good 3 minutes, and we have to be better than that. Okay, if that was in Ottawa, if that was Winnipeg, okay, no, nothing against Ottawa, but if that was Winnipeg, we don't win that football.
Yeah.
Correct, we don't win that game. So, we were lucky enough to be able to. Ottawa gave us the gift with missing. Well, there you go, back to Sean Whyte, missing field goals. You can't miss field goals in important times, which he doesn't do, and we were able to capitalize. But a lot of memories. I mean, I thought the opening game against Edmonton we played well, and I thought the shutout in Edmonton we played well. And I feel that this is a young enough team that we have a lot of building and a lot of good parts that we can just continue to build on and get better.
Well said. Thanks for taking the time. This is a great party in here. It's going to be electric in here later this afternoon and tonight, we imagine. Grey Cup Saturday, can't beat it, and enjoy Green Day.
Thank you. Have a nice night. Have a nice night. Have a nice weekend. And, hey, go Grey Cup.
As Moj says, be safe, right? Yes.
Thanks, Neil.
All right. Speaking of Moj doing his thing this week as well, subscribe to the Lions Audio Network on your podcast provider of choice. Neil was on. Coach Rick Campbell's on today, I believe. So we got you covered on all our podcast avenues for the 110th Grey Cup. Nick, this has been a slice, and go get some filming done.
Yeah, we'll see you at Lions Den again tonight.
First and now, the official BC Lions podcast. Thank you, everybody.